In this video, I would like to talk with you about 5 problems in organizations that could derive from your leadership skills. Now, what I want to do with you first of all is I want to just read out the 5 problems, and then afterwards we're going to focus on each problem individually, and I'm going to talk with you about them in detail. So the first problem is called people feeling alone, people being not happy with the amount of work that you put into solving their problems. Number 2 is too much work, that they have to do too much and perhaps you're just giving them too much work. And then of course the intensity is too high, the work itself is too difficult. The number 4, inconsistency in terms of rules. People feel like not everyone is following the rules. And then number 5, no connection. So basically that the people working for you have no connection with you, the leader. Now, if you want to download this guide, just go to the left top corner and there you can download it at any given time. Now, let's begin with the first problem, and that problem is people feel alone. Your employees might feel alone very quickly if you don't respond to the problems that they have. Now, for instance, if people have problems which are just not solvable, you cannot solve them. For instance, if one of your employees says, I want to go every single hour to the cafeteria and sit there for half an hour and drink coffee. Of course, that is now a little bit ridiculous of a problem, but you cannot solve something like that. But if a person, let's say, says, it is too cold in this room, this is something that you can solve right now. There's actually one rule that I think is quite important for you to remember, and that is the 2-minute do-it rule. For instance, if something takes less than 2 minutes to solve, do it right now. For instance, if the room is too cold, just go over to the next room and make the room warmer, for instance. Or if the room is too hot, then cool it down. Like, make sure that when a problem can be solved very quickly, that you solve it right now. It will improve the working environment massively. Then number 2, too much work. Leaders are often not part of the workforce anymore for a long time. For instance, you've been working in that office for 5 years, and now you've been a leader in that company for 10 years, or 12 years, or 15 years, and you forgot what it is like to be part of that workforce. You forgot what it's like to be a normal employee and to not be a leader. And very soon, people are going to realize that you give them too much work because you do not know the struggles that they are facing. So make sure that when you give work to people, that you talk to them and that they tell you whether this amount of work is doable or not doable. Then number 3, the intensity is too high. Sometimes the breaks in between certain working hours are too little and the intensity of the work is too high. Sometimes you need to work with a lot of intensity. Things have to be done quickly and people might get frustrated very quickly because of that. The intensity is something that matters, but of course you shouldn't have so much intensity that people break apart, that people feel unhappy. Intensity is important, speed is important, the amount of work, a lot of work getting done is important, but if it's too much, it is too much. Then number 4, inconsistency in terms of rules. If you set rules, make sure that you and everyone else follows them without exceptions. Now, I know that this could be quite difficult to actually put into practice. First of all, you set rules. That is difficult. That's for most people difficult. But also to never make exceptions from these rules is even more difficult. Because this is not a 1-week process. That is not a 1-month process. This might be a 10, 20-year process that you're going through of setting up rules, always looking at the rules, trying to make them better, and not making any exceptions from them. And then, of course, number 5, no connection. Often people miss the personal contact with the leaders. Employees value your time. Now, remember that employees value your time. They know how difficult it is for you to take time out of your day to spend it for them. That's why if you do so, they will value that time. They will be thankful for you taking the time to talk to them. Now, taking the time to talk with people inside your company is extremely important. You want to make sure that when you talk to someone, that you give them value, that you give them what they want. And most of the time itself is what they want. Sitting together with you, talking with you, perhaps having a drink, or whatever. That helps you and helps the company to strive and to build great connections. So alright, that was now it here for this video. If you want to download this guide, just go to the left top corner and there you can download it at any given time. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and we are going to see each other in the next video.